Wakey wakey Ligo! We solved a puzzle last time. It was this, reverse drop. Was this the only thing we did? No, we did... No, maybe we only did this last time. Or did we get to this puzzle as well? We might have got to it. I don't know. I don't know how things have been spread out over the last few videos. So I was having... Yeah, so this puzzle had a cool thing that you did in it, but once again, the communication of it's not even communication, it's the deductive path to figure out the cool thing you need to do. Just feels like there isn't anything there to hold on to, and then combine that with the chaotic nature of all these mechanics. Yeah, just made it kind of frustrating. Like what I would do with this puzzle. Okay, let's talk about it. Okay. There's zero dependence between this section and this section. Like we basically form a structure here, like this kind of structure, holding the thing here, and we walk that way, and we can walk that way indefinitely, and then we let go. So, for that reason, split here. Move this entire section here over to the left, or this section over to the right. Make a bigger gap. That then very clearly communicates that this wall has nothing to do with anything. You're not falling onto that wall. Like the very fact that I've got Legos here and then 3 blocks, which happens to be the exact distance between that gravity thing and that wall, is just a distraction. It's just a distraction. Get rid of this, fill that in. There's no reason for that to be a gap. Make it filled in, so there's not even a thing at the beginning of wait, could I be bringing anything around this way? My mind kept going back to that, why would there be a gap there if that's not for that reason? It's just a distraction. This isn't necessary, but if these are split apart, then there'd just be a big gap between those two. And that would be great. Just make that gap real big. So there's not even a potential path from here to here at all. Just a big empty hole at the top. Between that platform and that platform. What else did I do? Okay, the other thing is at the end of the puzzle, there was the thing that even when I was basically done, I didn't know I was done, because there was a really particular move that wasn't very intuitive. I did one thing and it didn't work, and I did another thing and it did work, and I didn't really understand why, or I guess if I put my mind to it, I could have understood why, but it's a bunch of very intricate details about how the mechanics work, and therefore I'm more likely to stumble through it than to think about that. So that particular thing was that I landed up here, right, with a block on my head, and then I think I had to use the thing that I'd left down here to nudge that off or something. There was some way of getting that block off my head, and it involved these things down here. Get rid of that aspect. Okay, lift this bit up further. Make it so there's a thing down, maybe this wall extends up and goes like that, but then this whole section here is moved up. Just upwards. And then I use this thing to knock it off my head. That would clearly communicate, oh, you got a thing on your head, you use that to knock it off. Then when I'm thinking about potential arrangements, here's the problem, is that the only way, there's a cool trick in the middle. Here's the flow of the puzzle. There's the starting state, there's the end state. I can see what those two things are. I mean, that's clearly visible. After getting rid of that problem, whatever, I can vaguely see that I need to push a block in there using my guys, and so I kind of can see the end state. It's a little bit fuzzier. Okay, it's the fuzziness. And then there's something cool in the middle. The big cool thing in the middle. But getting from there to there, and there to there, none of this has any signaling. That doesn't have any signaling, that doesn't have any signaling. And so, and this doesn't have any signaling. The whole middle bit is missing. And the problem with that is that puts me in a situation where basically I'm sure, I know I need to be up there with a block, but the potential configurations in the middle that I have to then think about is enormous. And sure, not all of them, in fact, probably only one of them is valid, but narrowing that down is horrendously difficult, if not impossible. And then that's what that leads me to is, well, okay, so I know I need to get from this state to this state, this thing here. So I guess what I'll do is I'll just try everything over here. I'll go in that direction, and that direction, and this direction, then this direction. So while I'm doing that, I've got an arrow feature, this direction, all the way over here, all like this. And then eventually, maybe I'll stumble into that. Once I've seen this, I'm like, ooh, I can see how this might be able to get to this. But I can't do that earlier because this is one of a million different possible things that could go on in the middle. And you're just asking me to once again like imagine what the designer came up with instead of having a path to what the designer came up with. So yeah, so the idea is to try and make the level communicate things that allow you to get to that interesting thing in the middle. So yeah, take that area, pull them apart, lift that one even further up, put a thing here so that it's very clear that I'm going to be ending the thing with a thing on my head. I'm going to be knocking it off my head and then pushing it in there. Close that off. There's probably other ways of simplifying this bit as well, but that would probably do a lot. That would do a whole lot of stuff to make the puzzle more workable. It doesn't help the fact that like the gravity mechanic is kind of horrendous and has predictability problems. But like just the very fact that that bit and that bit are separated from each other would tell me, yes, clearly I'm setting something up over here that I need to then bring over here in some way to get back up to that thing. Is there another thing you could do? Like maybe there could be something else over here that strongly signals that that like something about the two that are stacked on each other. I'm not exactly sure how that one would work. Like what if there's another squid? But you can squish a squid with just one. But like, yeah, something that's like clearly. Ooh, could you use the bridges to somehow make it so you? No, one would still do it. Basically, have something over here that confirms you like the moment you let go of the two that are holding you down. Like maybe there'd be a gap and then there'd be a block here, and so you'd end up getting here like this with the two holding you down. And then dropping that down there is somehow relevant. I don't know how, but like it's the kind of thing I'm thinking about. Anyway, and then this can just be left as like, oh, this is just a generic setup space where you clearly need to do the setup, and that's the bit you've got to figure out. But at least having some better understanding of how the puzzle ends would help a lot. You could do things at the start that also help that kind of stuff. Like, for example, you could just start with two of them stuck together. I think, like, actually, maybe that's a problem. I think that is a problem because of how you have to, like, be holding the thing like this and then get them stuck together. So maybe that wouldn't work, but then maybe it could be, like, down a step and then here. Also, I don't know exactly what, but you could do things at the beginning that communicates the structures that you're going to be making. Anyway, okay, enough about this puzzle. I think there's very little left in the game. Unless there's an extra zone in the middle, which there may be. It's not super clear. There is a dot there. It could just be like the dots that you go to for the credits. In fact, hold on, we should go back to here before we move on, and then go to the starting point. This shouldn't be done yet, right? Got to do yellow. Yeah. Okay, it's just yellow that's left. All right. Okie dokie. Which I think is just. I think we've done all the puzzles, right? It's just the squid blocks, which are down there. Where are my blocks here? Probably in horrible places. There's a gravity block apparently. I no longer remember what I had access to in this zone. Oh, and a friend. And maybe we never had a normal block, only gravity block and friend. Yeah. I think you might be stuck here though. Is that a correct memory? I think it might be. Yeah. Should we reset? Well, I've done it. The friend, if I remember correctly, is up here. And I think the gravity block is over on the left at the top. There's like potentially an extra one there, although I think that's trapped. Oh, the gravity block is here. And friend is up there. Okay. Oh, and there is a block as well. Okay. Oh, now I'm worried about the fact that I've reset. But then the friend was stuck, so... It is what it is. Oh, that's not good. Neither of this, what am I doing? Get to the other side of this, I think. Go this way. Drop you there. Yep. Yeah, that one's trapped in for sure. So we go up this way to get the other block. Did I throw away the other block in order to get to the static friend? You could say about like the things I was just saying with that puzzle, like, well, that just makes it like too easy of a puzzle, whatever. But this is obviously just like my own personal value judgment or whatever, but I don't think there's value in things being difficult for the like without the difficult bit being an interesting difficult bit. like the core thing you want to do in a game is like make something fun and interesting and delightful and whatever. Not just like there's totally like value in something being difficult when the difficulty is like interesting and there's something joyful to get out of it. And I think it's better to just then focus on like what is the joy in this thing? What is the interesting bit? I don't know, and I guess like the problem there is like, well, what I find interesting might be different to what anybody else finds interesting, but I don't know. Is that bad to have left that there? I think it's probably okay. I'm going to assume we need our static friend. It's better to get everything right, and then we've got everything to work with. Do I recall how to get that though? Not really. I could do with flipping around, I think. Okay. This was definitely over here. Somewhere like there. And then I think I used the other one to... I think I did have to ditch this. I think I go up to the top. Oh. And then go out that way, like this. Is this right? No. Other way around. Okay. Now I think to get to the thing at the top, oh, this might need to flip around again or not. Hold on. Maybe I do this. Yeah, okay. Oh gosh. Do I have to lose this in the process? Surely not. You flip back, come up this way. So I do need the block with me at least. This way around? Yeah. So I can get to my friend, can I then get that block again afterwards? Actually this isn't good. Can't get through. So do I need to flip to the other side of this somehow? Loop around? Could I have just done it down here, like here? Okay. So I can be on here and then let you go back down. Okay, that's probably good. I think that's in an accessible place, rather than leaving it up there. So then we grab onto you, go back this way. And then we should land on top of it. Yay! Okay, oh gosh. Okay. Oh, now we're stuck. Let's do that, okay. 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 Then I'm stuck. I might not have many places where I can like split, so we might have a problem that I'm currently vertical. Oh, well, there we go. Just did it. Accidentally. Oh, now we have a problem that we can't get down. So that's immediately a problem there. So I can get out of here like this. Other way around? Sure. Maybe flip again? Oh gosh. Ah, but then that's that same problem. Sure, you on my head. What am I trying to do? Can I... Okay, okay. This is better, I think. They're separated at least. Okay, you stay down there, sure. Okay. Oh gosh. Can I even get to you? Sure. Like this. Ah, but then you're... That's fine. We can split again later. Now what am I doing? Do I want you to come down? Sure. This is everything I've got. Okay, now get there. So, implication is we're going to be standing on, like possibly it's just me and it's just like us two here, right? Walking along and standing there together. So then everything else is just to help me do that. Maybe. These would balance each other out if we could do a weird facing each other floaty thing. Don't know if that's useful. So the problem is, like, where's like a surface I can stand against, like this only, basically, to get there. But maybe I flip closer. Maybe the gravity thing's here. And then... But if I flip here, then I'm gone that way. Could I be held down by two things? But there's also no surface here. You just start doing stuff. I could be horizontal if I want to be. And it's actually easy set up here as well. Kinda. There we go. I'm stuck next to them. Maybe pushing those down wasn't a good idea. They're kind of in my way though now. Oh gosh. Can I get back? Yes. Oh, what's my hope right now? I don't know. I guess I could like hold on to this and then do something weird here, maybe? If I were upside down and then held onto that, I cannot. Sorry, was distracted for a second. What was I doing? I was splitting myself on here and hoping that would do something interesting. Oh, will it do something interesting? I don't know. It can be horizontal. So we can basically be 3 wide. I still didn't see how 3 wide gets us across the... Oh gosh. There's something in like that using that like having this on there. I feel like there's something in that. And then like holding onto it and going to the right. Is there something in there somehow? Or I guess that could just... Oh, that could just hold me. Ah, am I just pushing this over? Oh, we have to get that in there. Oh, I can just flip it again. Oh gosh. There. Now, if I could walk into that, I would be good, right? Because that would hold me down. I step to the right. That would be good. Now, the problem is I can't get there. Unless I can do it with... Oh wait, I can do that. Not quite. So I can stand there. But I want to stay that way round. Wait, so why do I need this here at all? Hold on. Move this out of the way, go to the top. Flip. Ooh, and then I've got to get there. But maybe I can? Can I just walk around? No. Okay, so then maybe that's the thing. Like, where do I put this? There I can get around, but I have to reposition this. Is it this simple? Hold on. To do that, I'm now this way around, step here, go up, we're done, yay! Oh no, what's in the middle? Area cured. It's just the credits, right? It's just the credits. It's just gonna be the credits. It's totally just the credits. We haven't had credits yet. Hold on, but then there's also this bit. Hold on, I want to go here first. I'm scared. What's this gonna do? Free. The achievement says free. All of my sparkles are going into it. Oh, I'm now a squid. Free at last. Free at last. This is going to be a very mean thing to say. I was going to say, yes, that's how I feel. We got credits. But there's something else in the middle. What on earth is going on in the middle? And why is it unlocked at the same time as this? Piano by Paulina Chorna. Okay, specific piano player. Pianist. Playtesting. I'm not going to give my thoughts just yet because I need to find out what's going on in the middle. Recognizable names. Hey folks. Not every name, but I know quite a few of them. The piano is very nice. I appreciate the music a lot. Oh, my name's there. Is that going to get revoked after all my frustrations? Please don't revoke it. Inspirations. Classics. I guess my hope is that despite the frustrations, it should be clear that I stuck with this game. I stuck with this game until the very end. If I was genuinely like, I mean, I guess I was close to leaving it at a certain point, or at least setting my own objective. And that setting my own objective was a sign of like, you know, I enjoy certain aspects of this and I'm not enjoying other aspects of it. So I was going to make an objective that cut out those aspects. So I think you can tell that my feedback and my thoughts at the end are gonna have just like there's going to be both positive and like criticisms as well. And I mean, I guess the criticisms have been clear already. So I probably don't need to say them in much detail, but okay. So what the heck's going on in the other bit? Let's go find out. Is it another world? Is it a world of like wonderfully nice, straightforward, interesting puzzles with no extra cruft? Maybe it's just the credits? No, they wouldn't have another way of getting there. It's another world, isn't it? There's maybe just one puzzle here? There may... Oh, I don't know. There's more stuff above. What is this? One last hug. Do we need to like meet? Is that the idea? We just need to connect? That might be the idea. It looks like there's nothing up there, right? There's no gold, there's no squid, and it's a different coloured Ligo. So yeah, they clearly need to like meet up. I think I see how that might happen. Do I? Yes. Ish. Okay. I think we want... It's going to be hard to do. It's going to be real hard to do. So I need to do the thing where I push things in, but without me going with it. That's like handy for swapping a thing over to the other side, but not swapping me to the other side. Okay, getting some connected like this is good. But I do want them to join actually, so but like that. There we go. And then I want to, I think I see exactly the shape I want to make. I want to make a T shape, basically, upside down T, which is going to require doing some things. Oh, I'd like them both to grab if they can. This is fine. So you go up and go down, then grab this. Could you grab that one? Grab them both, thank you. Go down. You leave it there. Then you go back up. I guess just grab it, that's fine. Okay. Okay. Now, oh, I need to do this on the other side. Wait, what? Okay, so the reason I'm making a T shape is because what I'm expecting is, like, these are two apart, and until I can do any kind of adjustment, the remaining two apart. So therefore, at adjustment time, they need to be two apart. And so what I'm thinking is hook a L shape here, you can hold here. Oh, that's actually fine. And then you send here. So maybe what's the fourth one for? The thinking was hook it there, and then we can pull to the right, and then once we're aligned, we can go there. Okay, I was thinking I would need an extra one sticking out so that once we step to that position, you would have something to land on, but I don't see a reason for that. I mean, maybe the reason is to help me do the shape I want, which like I almost have, but not quite. It's also a tricky shape to make because it requires... could you try and stay up there? You go there. If we can get these two to both grab onto these at the same time, that'd be nice. So can I flip you around that way? That's good. And then let go. And then bring those in sync. No, because then we're not. I mean, I guess you could just flip. No, hold on. Okay. No. Not what I wanted. Although, that's kind of what I wanted. That is totally what I wanted. And hug. That's not a hug. Do I want them to be side to side? Wait, they won't connect? Okay, no, there's a weird cryptic goal here, isn't there? What's the cryptic goal? If we do that, then I guess we would get them both to the top, and then... Huh. Okay, this is interesting. I like the idea of a cryptic puzzle to finish things off. In fact, I am familiar with making that decision myself. See conveyor confusion. What on earth are we doing then? So they can't connect. We've got four things. Can we get squashed together? Why those outer gravity things? One last hug. Can we somehow get them to face each other? If we're going to hug, that's how you do it. We're going to face away from each other. Can't get them to face each other without holding on to something. Well, maybe you can. Can I get them both to grab onto these at the same time? How would they do that? That's not it. Oh gosh. I guess I'd need you to be over there a bit actually. And then we do this, that, okay. But now, problems, lots of problems. Well, unless this is fine. It's not fine. Clearly. Okay, one last hook. So I can obviously get one. Let's go back to when we were holding onto the thing and offsetting for the first time. Here. Oh, I guess if you could somehow flip right now, that'd be great. We can hug in space. What's my goal? Do I want them to face each other? If I was trying to imagine... So like, I guess if you grab onto that, oh gosh, and the other one doesn't let go, then we can... Let's go further apart. It's like I need you to be holding onto that. And then flip around. Then drop. Hook. Okay, so it's not getting them to face each other. What the heck is the goal? Any ideas? One last hug. So I did the offsetting thing, that didn't help. Yeah, because they should connect right now, but they don't. For some reason. Like, statically you guys are a different colour and they connect. So there's some difference. Have I tried like stacking them on top of each other? But surely that wouldn't work if the other thing doesn't work. I guess the problem there is that they're always going to flip with each other. So it's like one of them needs to already be flipped. And then what? Huh. Maybe just all these need to be connected to each other? And those somehow? What's going on? Is there something in the environment that communicates something to me? There's that weird, like, quarter of a circle at the bottom. Well, this is a mystery. It's not just about killing them both, because I've done that plenty of times. Can't squish a Ligo. Can't join these two together. One last hook. Can I maybe squish these together? Is it like different? Like these two, like between two somehow? Although that sounds basically impossible. What the heck is my goal? What will this do to get him back here? Right, so it's just that space there. One last hook. Maybe we like try and fly off to the side together? Can I undo back into the level? No. Oh. Okay, let's do what we did to get them. Yeah, maybe we fly away together. That could be an objective. Although on every other level it killed us, so. Do I remember what I did? Not really. I somehow made it happen. Okay. I think blue needs to go down. Grab this. From the other side, actually. Oh. Don't connect this like that. Can I be the other way around? Yes. Go up, down here, okay. No. And he's being connected, I don't think is good. It's okay for them to be connected like that. Okay, well that's made the shape. That's not how I intended to make the shape. But that will work. It'll do the job. Although I need to let go of it somehow. Oh gosh, made an L shape. Oh god, those aren't actually connected. But they were, okay. Come down, grab this. And then could you like what do I want to happen here? The fact that the level's symmetrical makes me think I'm doing like a horizontal action, but I'm not sure what horizontal action would be. Okay, well those are stuck together now, which I don't love. Okay, how do I just grab this thing from the top? I don't know if I can, to be honest. So now I need to go back to before the L shape was formed. So sure that did it, but not the way I want it to happen. I swap these over. There we go. Okay. Then what was I going to do? Why did I do that again? I've forgotten. I think I had an idea. Oh, it's like maybe we can float them away somehow. We'd have to get rid of you. Then get these two stuck on top of each other. Well, there's them both stacked the same way around as each other. That clearly doesn't do anything. Now it's stuck like that. Yeah, maybe I am floating away, and that's what those outer gravity things are meant to be. It's like a kind of barrier. So then go down, grab you. Grab you. Oh, we need to bring them both in at the same time. Which now can't happen, right? Because these two are on the same side of the thing as each other. No, now they're not. They're not on the same side, but they for you to be up there. I have to grab them both at the same time, which I can't do. So, okay, so them being the same way up as each other is a problem, I think. So give them the opposite way around, which they never were, but I could do it now. Okay, okay. So back to this situation, separate those off. Then do something magical. I mean, can I just walk away? Oh, no. Wait, how am I expecting this to ever work? If the two things were facing each other, would that help me do it? Because if we get split away, we end up going like that. But if the two blocks were pointing, they'd have to be pointing inwards at each other, but then they would fly away. But then maybe I could be holding them like, if I'm, let's say that we're currently pointing outwards, so we would fall, except for the blocks being pointed inwards at each other. And so we go left, and we flip around, and then we let go of the blocks and we leave. Is that? I thought that might be possible, but I'm not sure if it's what the puzzle actually wants from me. Okay, they're pointing in. Yeah, this is it. Perfect. Let go. Leave. I don't think this is what the puzzle wants from me. It's interesting that you can hear a break every few steps. This isn't what they wanted? What do they want? That felt like such a cool thing to do. Gosh, it's going to take a while to come back. Oh, here we go. What the heck? What am I doing? What? What is a hug if not this? One last hug. Can I squish us together somehow? Why would that suddenly be a thing? Is restarting a good idea or a bad idea? Surely getting them on the same column is better for a hug. I'll leave with the squid blocks. This is not what we're doing. I don't understand. I don't understand. Clearly, I don't understand. One last hug. I want to figure this out because it's probably going to be cool. It's a bit different than what I did in Compare Confusion because there it was very like it's like the shape of the level and the things that were available in it were very clearly saying like this is the thing you're doing here. I think it has a similar title to it though. That level set was called The Final Experiment, I think. This is called The Last Hug. It's a bit of more of a friendly version of the same thing. I don't get what I'm doing here though. Like, is there a new interaction? That's the other thing, is like, the thing in Compare Confusion was like, it kind of was a new interaction, but it's the first opportunity you could have to do a certain thing, but maybe that same kind of thing's going on here. But we have a different colour Ligo, which kind of throws a weird thing into the mix. What do you mean exactly? I thought that would be it, just us escaping together, but apparently not. Have I not done everything that I can think of? Like, I've had them next to each other, I've had them on top of each other, I've had them next to each other on top of each other in like every orientation, I think. Have I had them facing each other yet? I think so. Right? I did do that. I've left. I've floated away. And that felt interesting because, like, well, it requires doing something a bit fancy because you need the blocks as well. But that's not the thing? Okay, what is the thing? Have I made them face each other? I do definitely remember doing it. It's like I can do it just here, can't I? Like this. Yeah, they're facing each other. Hug each other. Oh, you have to press space. That's a little bit hidden. Of course you have to press space, because that's how they grab onto things. I get it. I see. Oof. I mean, it's pretty cute. Holding you close one last time. Oh, goodbye. Was it about losing something? Like, yeah, I still don't know what the story was about. Um, it's odd that the two credits endings are unlocked by doing the same thing. I think, unless maybe they're just doing the beyond. No, I think it was the same thing that unlocks both, but maybe not. Maybe I just happened to hit two conditions at the same time. Yeah. So the story, yeah, wasn't really. It was very abstract, and yeah, just difficult to interpret. Felt like at some points it was about like living with a disease or something. Then maybe it was more about like losing somebody, but then I mean this could be the same story, I guess. I don't know. So one thing I will absolutely praise this game for is the presentation is lovely. Even like the font choice is lovely, the art is great, the music is fantastic. Yeah, I was really impressed. Just like the key art on the Steam page, really nice. And like looking at the trailer, I was immediately like, even though I know this has weird like simultaneous movement mechanics and stuff in it, like this looks really pretty, and so I kind of want to play it just to see like what it does. Yeah, presentation's awesome, and a lot of the puzzle design is awesome as well. And a lot of even the mechanics that I don't like. So the two mechanics that I don't like very clearly are simultaneous movement, multi-agent stuff, and then the gravity stuff. To be honest, the gravity stuff, no, I think gravity stuff I just inherently, I was going to say like maybe only in combination with the simultaneous movement, but when those are in combination, it gets like way, way worse. As soon as I can like move around simultaneously moving gravity things at the same time, and the gravity has like edge cases in it, like okay, as two things fall together, which cell do they even land in? And then there's friction and weight that you have to think about. It's too much, way too complicated. And it's not complicated in a like, ooh, that's complicated. If I think about that long enough, I'll have some interesting insights about it, and then I'll be able to apply my newfound skills, my gravity flipping skills to these things. No, it's just like intractable and hard to think about. And yeah, I do suspect, like, so I started this video by talking about a puzzle and how I would change it. And I think I do suspect that some of the hardest puzzles in the games were designed in a way where it was more like, oh, here's like an interesting setup that can happen, and the player's just got to find that, and that is it. So the player's just got to find that interesting setup, and it kind of forces the player to have to go through everything the designer must have gone through to find that interesting setup, but it's way easier to do that as a designer because you have access to a level editor and can probably just like edit the level around you while you're like figuring out these setups. It's way easier to experiment and then fix things and all that kind of stuff. It's basically impractical to do it as the player, especially when you're in a puzzle that's like specifically constrained to make certain things difficult. You're like, well, how do I test this thing out? I don't know. And like it's also not like really what you want to be asking of the player is to like the process of designing puzzles is a lot like like solving a puzzle, but it's way more like experimental, and and not even that, like I don't think it's actually that. So let's take the puzzle that I was talking about at the beginning of this, the one that we did last time. It's not that complicated, right? Like I can totally imagine the way you come up with that puzzle is you go like, okay, so I want a situation where I want Ligo to have to fall upwards with a block with them, but the gravity thing is nowhere near where that happens, so they must have flipped further over, so they must be weighed down by something. And that's where you begin, and then you lay that out. You go, okay, we're going to hold 2 blocks here, we're going to have another block down here pointing upwards, and we're going to have the Ligo's feet upwards, so when they let go of the 2 blocks, they stop weighing them down, they fly up. Like, I can totally see, like, that is just you going, what kind of puzzle could they come up with? Oh, what about one where this happens? But there are like a million versions of that. I could have been weighed down by blocks that are horizontal. I could have been weighed down by blocks that are by 3 blocks, or I could have been weighed down by 1 block and not had to take a block up with me. Or there could have been some other complicated setup that requires the block to land on me at a certain point or whatever. Like, there's a million ways that could happen. So expecting the player to conjure up the same setup is, I think, asking too much. I mean, I obviously got there eventually, but again, only by fiddling around to see what I could make using the setup that was there. Holy moly, Ligo is done. Ligo is done. Can you believe it, folks? I'm not sure I can believe it. Whoa. Yeah, so, like, I've kind of said this on Discord. I kind of hope, like, sure, I've been exasperated and frustrated with aspects of the game, but yeah, I hope it doesn't come across as like the lasting thought or I don't know, that was my only feeling or anything like that. But yeah, like one of the things I said on Discord was like, or maybe I said it in the video as well, is like, I think this is just one of those two aspects, but I think this game could have done without the simultaneous movement, and most of the puzzles would have remained intact. Like if I could just select which character I was moving, like it would get rid of. Sure, there's probably a few puzzles in there where like the simultaneous movement was like the key thing, so those would be lost. But in most of them, that's not what it was. Like in most of them, the key interesting thing about the puzzle was like a particular arrangement that you can make, and like having blocks in a particular shape or splitting in a certain way. I don't know, I kind of feel like a lot of the game could have worked without it. Like probably not like exactly, but the same kind of concepts could have been explored. Sure, you wouldn't need an extra button. Puzzle designers have a phobia of having extra buttons in their games. I guess it's like a minimalism thing. But like, yeah, I think that could have worked. And the gravity thing, I don't know. Like, I get why it's added, because like, it's cool, gravity flipping stuff. But yeah, so like the only thing I kind of wish about the game is because like the very beginning of the game was like super well constrained. Like I was like, wow, okay, this is a simultaneous movement game that is like doing it well, where it knows the problems of simultaneous movement and it's avoiding those problems by never making the simultaneous movement like particularly complex or like the thing. But then that kind of got lost, I think, especially around this zone. And like there would have been some puzzles throughout in each world, I think, that were a bit like that. But especially once they got combined with the gravity thing, there was a lack of constraint around not just going complex for the sake of complexity, and not recognizing the like what it is about those mechanics that make them fiddly or hard to predict or hard to project forwards. That's the same thing, predicting and projecting forwards. Just like hard to work with, and not like understanding that you can design levels to avoid those problems. That's combined with there being a few puzzles in there, like the one we talked about at the beginning of this video, where I feel like the communication isn't there. There's like a core idea, but there's a lack of like deductive path being expressed by the puzzle. Like those are the three things. Is that three things? I have no idea. Those are the things that like I kind of wish the game had like just done slightly differently basically. Because boy was I getting frustrated with some of those things. I don't often get like completely impatient and want to smash my keyboard, but it was happening in this game. It doesn't happen very often. I'm ultimately quite a patient person, I think, and it's one of the reasons I've been able to play so many puzzle games on my channel. It's not the only time I've gotten impatient with a game though, but it doesn't happen often. And I think that's a sign of something. Maybe it's a sign of my stubbornness not to fully engage with those mechanics in a way where I could have like really understood them and reasoned about them. It's possible, I don't know. But yeah, but nonetheless, throughout the game there were loads of great puzzles. So yeah, like it's just unfortunate it sort of sours things a little bit to have those frustrating moments, because like even the puzzles that where I was like, oh gosh, this is kind of uncomfortable and fiddly, but it was easy enough to kind of push through the puzzle. Those kind of are okay. I guess I still prefer something else, but at least it doesn't drive me to despair, like almost giving up on the game. But the ones that were just too much. Like I've probably made this comparison. The game I keep thinking about as another one where I did get that was Railbound, but only like a few puzzles towards the end. There were a few puzzles in Railbound that were just like, why are you asking this of me, game? Yeah, that's the other thing about simultaneous movement is I just think it was rarely the interesting thing. I mean, I guess I've said that already, but yeah, it was rarely the interesting thing. The misery worlds were great. I mean, since it added gravity, it became a bit fiddly and frustrating again, but yeah, I thought it was really cool. I think I just really like rigid body style, like puzzles with rigid bodies in them. And I guess the game has that already with the Ligos, being able to stack and connect or whatever, but the blocks forming different shapes, I think is just satisfying to think about what kind of shapes you can make and how they can do something. That one where we did the monkey bars along the top, very cool. Like that's the kind of core insight and like interesting thing that I like in a puzzle. Just like, well, that's like not only mechanically interesting, but it's visually interesting and it's playful and like any puzzle that I'm mostly thinking of recent ones, but there's that one where the Legos, static Legos as a stack, and they were like blocking the way through. It's called like shut out or sealed door. I don't know. But that's cool. It's like a gimmicky little thing of like, I see this structure, and I see what's communicating to me, and therefore I've got to do this thing. I've got to unlock this door. Very cool. I'm so glad I pressed space then to hug the characters at the end. Whew, I could have been stuck on that forever, not realizing that's what I had to do. It does make sense. I think maybe I'd suggest making it automatic because it's not that intuitive. Because like we've never been able to make them hug in any other situation, right? Have we? Maybe that's been a thing. I don't know. You certainly can't grab them from the back, and they don't even try and grab them from the back. And so that to me signals no, you can never like press space when you're looking at the Ligo with another Ligo. So I think I'd encourage making that automatic. Like, who cares that you're not having to press space? You're making them face each other and then they hug. That's fine. Anyway, so yeah, okay, so here's what I do to the game. Scrap that, and that. You don't have to scrap that. It has some hard puzzles in it, but because of that, scrap the blue bit of that. Make it so I can pick the characters that I'm moving. It changes the game completely. And no, everything else is great. Everything else is great. Static Lego's pretty great. Like, I guess that would raise that would work perfectly well with like selecting characters. Like, I have no doubt that it would fundamentally change a whole load of puzzles in the game if you could select which character you were moving. But I guess I just think that most of the puzzles that had like an interesting core thing to them, that interesting core thing could survive, maybe. I guess like there were ones where you were like swapping the hands of the Legos to a different block, and that was like an interesting thing that happened. That's a good point. That wouldn't really survive. But you could just like select one, have them grab, select the other one, have them let go, done. It wouldn't be that different. Anyway. Anyway. But yeah, just to reiterate though, presentation also really nice. Like there's definitely a great sense of like this is a thing I think that a lot of the games lack, and I think this game has it in spades, which is a sense of what makes something aesthetically and like aesthetically nice and pleasing and fun to play with and just feel good, and like the transitions, like when you come into the level and the things slide in from the top and the title comes in, and just the backgrounds and the animations that play. There's a whole bunch of like really nice things that just make this feel like I was going to use the word product, which I don't love because that makes it feel too like commercial or whatever, but makes it feel like a well-rounded, this has been thought through, the depth has been thought through. Yeah, anyway. I think it feels great in this game. Whew, there we go. All right, we have finished Ligo. There was a point at which that might not have been true. And like I was saying, the very fact that I did stick through with it, I think tells you that I wanted to finish this game. I wanted to see what it had to offer. And I wouldn't have done that if I was truly like hated it or anything like that. I think it's not unfair for me to say that I did hate the things that I complained about. Like, I think hate is maybe the appropriate word in this case. So I'm going to stick with that, and I hope that's okay. I look forward to whatever this developer is making next. I have no doubt this is, it's a huge project to make a thing like this. But I hope they're working on another thing, because there's so many great signs here of like knowing how to make a great game, and many of those signs are like in this game. Look at all those lovely parallax effects and the clouds moving around and the things in the background. Anyway, just a few different mechanics. That's all I'm asking for. Cool. Very cool. There we go. That's Ligo. What's in the options? General. I need to change that. What other languages do we have? French. Oh, that makes sense. I think the developer is French. Let's not change anything. Let's just say hug. Grab/hug. I guess a hug is a kind of grab. Alright, a faint shift, a quiet signal within, slips by unnoticed. Life moves forward unbothered. I mean, I guess we could try and figure out what all the messages mean. Like, that could mean like something in a relationship, like I don't know. Let's go look at a couple of them and see if anything makes more sense with that ending thing. Like, what is it that's hooking at the end? It could be like more metaphorical or something. Like letting go of like a part of you or something. Let's go here. Hopefully it's easy to access. Where is it? There. It's easy to access. Each step forward is met with an invisible force pulling everything back. The fight begins. So it's a struggle with something, and then there's like a letting go. It might just be like a general metaphor for like that kind of struggle, and then eventually letting go. All right, cool. There we go. Let's leave it there, folks. That was Ligo. We finished it. Hooray! I'm almost certainly going to be playing some shorter games. Maybe not super short, but shorter for sure. Having both this and Blueprints at the same time was quite exhausting. That also contributed to some of my feelings. Like, it can get very exhausting to play a bunch of long games all at the same time. But yeah, I've got some ideas of what the things I want to play. I'm not sure exactly what order I'll play them. So I'll see you next time for whatever I do play. All right, goodbye.